lifting.
Yeah, and it's a good point. And what needs probably to happen next time we do a video is to have a scrolling credit of other people who were involved.
Yeah, I mean, and when you look at it, I mean, if you look at an event like that, there were 25 volunteers there that day, and then there was a group of, our advisory council, which helps us so much in getting advertisers and spreading the word, and it's a huge group of individuals that pulls that off. You just can't do that by yourself or with a group of people, and that's why it's successful, is because we do have so many people who care about it, and it's needed. I mean, when you look at the obesity statistics for children, it's shocking. It's shocking, and then when you hear that PE is being cut out because of budget concerns, and I get that. I mean, our kids need to go to school to learn. They can run anywhere, and this is just a small part of that, and in order to help our communities be healthier.
Well said. Nicely said. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was fun watching the adults too as they were coming in,
running with the kids.
Well, them too. Yeah, but I meant the adults that were in the marathon, the 26-mile marathon.
Oh yeah, it's especially when you see somebody who's never run one before and they accomplish a goal that they set
right.
5 years before that. Their goal was to, I want to run a marathon, and it takes. And you said it well. It takes so much training. And those people run every day, and then they run up, and then they'll run, 20 miles 2 weeks before, and the support that they have from their families, and it's just, and when they cross the finish line and they can, they're absolutely done, and you realize, wow, they accomplished their goal, and then 15 minutes later, that's all they want to talk about. So it's an amazing event.
Yeah,
it's just great to do. See?
Well, I wonder how many people met their spouse in a race like that.
Yeah, good question.
I don't know. I mean, you're usually not at your best when you cross the finish line.
But isn't that's like the makings of a romantic comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're sweaty, you're dirty, you're out of breath.
The amazing thing is about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Those people are ready. They're like done. All right, yeah, I can go. Let's go. Where do you want to go? Because they recover so quickly because they're in such great shape.
Well, it's that silver blanket, I think, that does it.
Of course.
That's right.
In fact, I said to my dog last night, you know what? We got to get new blankets. These comfy, cozy things got to go. We got to get that silver blanket.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Have you ever tried one of those silver blankets?
Yes. Yeah.
And?
There was a time when I used to run. They work. And what's great about them is because your body is producing so much sweat, which is why you're cooling down so rapidly, that it doesn't stick like a regular blanket would, and so it's really perfect. And you take it. If you watch them, you take it off, you take it on, you take it off, because you're really ventilating yourself, and they work great. They work really, really well.
Have to try one day.
Yeah, they all look like superheroes, so we all need to be.
In order for it to work, you have to be putting off body heat.
Oh. And so announce to the listeners how much money was raised for the check that you gave, the big check, and who was it to?
Well, this is what we try to do with our kids marathon is just break even, because it's free. It's free to all kids. If you sign up, you're good to go. And so, they get a T-shirt and a medal when they cross the finish line. And this year we were able to give $800 to N.H. Jones Elementary School because they had the most participants in the event, and they also had the highest percentage of participants. So,
wow.
We've given it to McIntosh before. We've given it to 8th Street before. And this year, N.H. Jones won both sides.
N.H. Jones is a leader in our community, and not picking on any other school, but when we do the Student Media Festival, they also shine. I mean, they come through with a lot of awards.
Yeah. I mean, it's a magnet school that's really, found their niche. I mean, my sister went to that school in the 70s. She graduated from there, went through elementary school there, and it was not the school it is today, that's for sure. I mean, she was bused there. So, it's just really quite amazing the transformation that school's done. And it proves that magnet programs work.
I don't think we even knew that Galen had a sister, did we?
No.
I don't think we ever heard
It's
that.
a brand new information today.
All right. Is she married?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm only trying to get to my subject of today.
Oh, okay.
No. It was important to talk about that, but I do have a fun topic, and I can't wait for you to hear at least one of these things.
Okay.
Now, you're not afraid to admit that you sometimes succumb to superstitions, especially when it's with sports, right?
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah. If it works, don't mess with it.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's what this is about. Right now, if you go to most of the pharmacies, maybe even Walmart, they've got all their Valentine's Day stuff up, and the jewelers are saying, this is a good time, get that ring, you're going to propose on February 14th, and so weddings are on everybody's mind if they're of that. They're not in my mind, but if you're of that age, well, you don't have to be a certain age, but you know what I mean. If you're in that circumstance, you might be thinking about it right now. So I have some superstitions that might make your life easier if you just abide by these things.
Oh, okay. This will be great. It'll make your life easier. Superstitions typically make your life more difficult to live.
Well, yeah, well, and you might be right, but here are some wedding superstitions, just so you know. Wedding and marriage superstitions, not just wedding. Watch out for blind guys and pregnant women. Now, here's why. If a person sees, according to the superstition, if a person sees a blind person or a pregnant woman on the way to his girlfriend's house on the way to propose, don't propose because it's a bad omen.
Really?
Wait till another day when you're not passing any blind guy or any pregnant woman.
Why is that, do they say?
It says, in olden times, a guy sent a trusted friend member to chat with his potential bride as part of the marriage proposal process. Mm-hmm. And if he saw a blind guy or a pregnant woman, he wouldn't do anything. He would just go back and say, no, can't go.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from. It's a superstition.
Oh, maybe he wanted to be the one to be.
I got this from Cosmopolitan magazine, by the way.
Of course.
All right, here's another one. This is going to make some people say, come on. Not that the first one didn't.
The other one didn't say come on?
All right, here.
All right.
Here you go. Your last names should not start with the same letter. That's bad luck.
Oh.
Why is that, Larry?
There's a poem that explains it all. To change the name and not the letter is to change the worst and not the better. Is a change for the worst and not the better.
Oh.
I read the poem wrong. Did your wife have the same first letter as she has now? No. See, so it worked out for you, see?
It makes it easier for monograms. And
Mine
stuff,
didn't either,
you know?
no.
All right. Well, I mean, we would have been on to something.
Yeah, I know. We would have known, yeah.
And we would have
That's
an
right.
example of both. And there you go.
All right, here's another one. Don't get married in May.
Really? Well, I'm in trouble there.
Really? You got married in May?
The wedding month.
This one says, marry in the month of May, and you'll surely ruin your day.
Oh.
I'm not telling my wife that one.
No, don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Well, she's a trooper. She wears those, pajamas during the Red Sox season, so she's great.
That's right. She fell asleep during the Patriots game yesterday, and so my son blames her for their loss.
Oh.
Now, this one is...
She's like, I'm taking a nap. I'm like, okay. Kayla's like, where's Mom? Taking a nap. But the Patriots are on. I'm like, yeah. Apparently she doesn't care.
Did I miss... Were you both of you boys there yesterday or just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Caleb's been sick, and so we knew it was going to be raining, so we kept him at home.
Okay.
Yeah, my youngest one was there.
And did you see him in the video? He shows up a couple times.
Yeah, he was in there a couple of times, and it's horrible, but I can't really tell what he's doing, and there are so many friends and family there that I don't worry about him, and so I'm like, so how fast you finish? He goes, oh, Dad, I think I finished second. I'm like, you didn't finish second. He had no idea when he finished. He didn't know what his time was.
Superman finished second. The boy who had the Superman shirt on.
Yeah, and then because I saw him cross the finish line, and I'm like, he goes, it was easy, and I saw the video, and I'm like, man, he almost passed out.
He was early though. He was early. He was one of the first returners.
Yeah. He did good. He has asthma, and so it's really hard for him to run.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's rather tall, isn't he, for his age?
Oh, he's ridiculously tall. Yeah. Yeah. He'll be taller than me by the time he's in 6th grade, 7th grade.
All right, and here's another. Now, this one, for some reason, this is a superstition only if you live in Indonesia. So I guess this is a wedding
What if I
superstition.
go to Indonesia just for the wedding? Does that count?
Well, maybe you would want this as part of your superstitions. If you want your marriage to be successful, the wife has to agree to let the husband engage in a pilgrimage to the tomb of a prince.
Okay.
Because that's
like a bachelor party.
That's where people will pray and have sex with people other than their spouse.
That's a great bachelor party.
Some say this.
I have to ask my wife about that one.
It says this should be done once for 7 consecutive pilgrimages in order for the person to receive good luck in his marriage.
7? So you have to do it 7 years in a row. That is a bachelor party.
7 consecutive.
7 consecutive pilgrimages. But this is only Indonesia, just in the.
There's going to be a lot of weddings there now.
Sorry, look. Can you imagine this? Honey, I really don't want to go. Tradition and
tradition.
This relationship to work.
Good luck.
I have to go on this pilgrimage.
Yeah.
All right, another one. Your wedding dress, ladies, can predict, the wedding dress color can predict the happiness of your marriage. So,
really?
So here's some information here. While many women are swapping out the classic white dress for other colors, brides-to-be might want to think twice.
Are they really?
I don't know. Are they, Robin?
I don't think so. I
haven't been to a wedding and... No, I went to a wedding a couple of years ago. When did we go to a wedding, baby? 2 years ago?
I think so.
2 years ago?
All right, here's no.
I think women remember everything.
I don't think I asked Galen where he was. Now I know where he is. He's home. All right.
Yeah, I am. Well, it's MLK Day, and my kids don't have a...
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Their extended day is closed, and so...
All right, here's
my wife missed 3 days last week because with a sick child, so she can go in.
All right, here's the information that'll give you an idea of what you shouldn't wear, what color. Married in red, you'll wish you were dead. There you go. So don't wear that one.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been to a wedding where the bride wore red.
Oh, the Japanese do, don't they? Don't they wear red?
Married in yellow, you'll be ashamed of your fellow. So you don't want to wear yellow.
Oh, okay.
Wow, a lot of these things rhyme. Isn't that amazing?
Married in green, you'll be ashamed to be seen.
Oh.
What's left there? We got blue. What's blue?
I'm not sure if it's even in. Married in pink, your spirit will sink.
Oh, wow.
Married in gray, you'll go far away. Married in black, you'll wish yourself back. You will wish yourself back. What the heck does that mean?
Somebody's dying.
What the heck does that mean? All right, there you go.
You're dead.
It's put out by the wedding company, David's Bridal or something. They got all these white dresses.
All right, here's another one. This is a superstition. This is mostly for Asians, for some reason. If you're a Christian in Asia, it says, do not have sex on Good Friday. Otherwise, you'll be stuck together for the rest of your life.
Oh.
Joined.
Well, supposed to be anyway, right?
Joined together, physically joined.
Oh.
Like a dog without a water hose.
Wow.
Oh, no, that
on an icy porch. Wow. I was like, where's Larry going with that one?
I didn't go there. This is Cosmopolitan.
A group shot.
This is Cosmopolitan. He'll be Siamese.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's the one about the wedding veil. The wedding veil offers protection. There you go. That's a superstition.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. From, like, gnats.
That's right.
The veil, according to superstition, keeps away wicked ghosts.
Oh.
Because all ghosts are wicked.
That's right.
Next one is spiders are good luck. If you find a spider inside your wedding gown.
Oh.
What?
It says here it'll actually be a sign of good luck.
Well, first of all, here's the if that happens in modern day America, there's a spider inside your wedding gown. Somebody is getting crushed, because the bride is going to kill you.
Well, it doesn't mean that you have to let it live. It just means if you find it there.
Right, but if you found a spider in a gown, right? I mean, no matter what kind of wedding gown you buy, they're expensive. I mean, it's at least $200 probably.
Does Goodwill sell a wedding gown?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's still probably like $200.
Okay.
I mean, by the time you get it fitted and everything else.
Yeah.
Right, Robin? I think that's really cheap.
I wouldn't know, yeah.
Yeah, no, they do have appropriate prices on there at Goodwill. They're really nice wedding gowns.
Yeah, but you still have to put,
Yeah, you still have to alter.
So there's no way there's a spider inside there.
All right, here's
Yeah.
another one. Here's another good
But
luck
they might
one.
throw spiders instead of rice. Then people might
Oh
start
no,
aiming
that's a
for
bad
the bride.
idea. I'm sure there's some animal group or insect group that's going to be anti that.
Here's another one. If you find eating out of your left shoe a cat, you will have good luck.
And I'm going back to my previous one. I mean,
If
those
you have-
shoes are expensive.
If you find eating out of your shoe a cat,
Your left
that
shoe.
could have been written differently. If you find a cat eating out of your left shoe,
There you go.
Food in their shoe.
somebody who wants good luck.
Or somebody that has a
All
foot
right, but
problem.
I mean, how does something like this start? You know what happens is somebody played a practical joke. The bride got upset, and you go, no, good luck. It's your left shoe. It's good luck.
All right, here's a real boy. This is gonna make you nervous. Don't drop the
No,
ring.
These other ones, I mean,
Listen.
the spider, it's got me really nervous because I know that didn't happen.
All right, here's one. Don't drop the wedding ring. You will die.
Well, that's going to happen.
Apparently, if you or your man accidentally lose hold of your wedding bands, whoever drops the ring will die.
You mean once you put it on? Is this once you put
By the
it
way,
on,
this
or
is-
at any point in time?
This is scientifically proven.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm going to die.
Yes.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's going to happen.
But did you drop your wedding ring? So it might be true whether you do or not.
During the day, yes, I've dropped my wedding ring. Here, wait, hold on. I just dropped it.
No, I think this means at the ceremony.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. Your choice of flowers can bring you good luck and bad luck. Let me tell you which is which.
Oh, boy.
See, you don't mind telling us your superstitions
Hey,
with
these are
sports.
silly. Mine are proven.
Wearing pajamas? Come on.
Hey, did they win, Larry?
Well, do these people die?
Did they?
Yes?
Yeah, you're right. Who am I to judge them?
Did the lady with a spider in her dress have a happy marriage? Of course she did.
Yeah, that one. I'm having a hard time.
Did the guy who went to the pilgrimage 7 years in a row have a Of course he did.
He did. It was easy to live with both of them. The question on that one is what's the woman doing?
She's on another
gone for a week.
She's somewhere else on another mountain.
That's right.
Right. She's going to see some princess.
All right, let's see. Did I tell you the colors of the rose? No. Here we
No.
go. Let's see.
Or the flowers.
Oh, the
said
flowers. Yeah,
flowers.
let's see. Roses symbolize love, which could be why they're so popular for weddings.
Well, Bette Midler said it best. Sometimes love, it is a flower.
Yeah.
That wasn't Bette Midler, though, was it?
No, it was.
that was
It
her.
was.
It was?
I don't think she wrote it.
And the
but
flower is the rose.
she sang it. I just love when people recite songs.
And read it like poetry?
Yeah, it's fun. All right, here you go.
You know that song is in your head right now, Larry.
Yeah, it is. So
Yeah.
was Born to Run because I had that in my head earlier. I didn't play
Okay,
though.
well, now that's in my head.
Didn't play. All right, here's your deal. As soon as you're
You're
married,
on a Bruce Springsteen thing right now, aren't you?
well, I saw this thing with Jimmy Fallon this morning. Jimmy Fallon did a spoof on the Springsteen song "Born to Run," and it's all about the Chris Christie closing the George Washington Bridge.
Oh.
It's very funny, and then Springsteen actually comes out and sings with him. And Jimmy Fallon sounds more like Springsteen than Springsteen does anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Springsteen sounds like the old Dylan. Dylan sounds like he's dead. And Fallon sounds like the old Springsteen.
It's amazing how clear Bob Dylan was at one point in his life.
Yeah, I know. You can't understand him now.
Yeah, you like, I get those words.
Yes. You actually.
And I think his writing became weaker. He said, well, I'll just mumble my way through this. It's really not very good.
All right, here's another one.
I just offended like half the population.
He's
I
an
think.
icon.
Here's a really good one. It's good luck if, as soon as you're married, you buy something as soon as possible.
Like what?
It doesn't matter.
Breakfast?
You could buy breakfast. It's according to legend. It says here. A wedding couple that buys something as soon as they're married is a happy couple.
I guess it all depends on what you buy.
Just buy something right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a pack of gum, honey. Let's not eat this all at once.
Put it in a frame.
All right, here's another one. This is an interesting one. It's good luck to let people throw shoes at you after the wedding.
Oh. Those,
Unless you're in Iraq. right?
Yeah.
That's a bad thing, I would think.
Yes, that's a bad. But here's
stilettos will
and
kill
P.S. Listen to this. I never knew this. That's where the custom of tying shoes to the back of the newlywed car came from.
I never knew it was shoes. I thought it was cans.
So did I.
Yeah.
When was it shoes?
Must have been shoes at one time.
Shoes and cans, maybe.
I don't know.
Cans make the noise.
Again, this is one of those jokes where where all the groomsmen get together and
Right.
do all this, and then they oh no, it's good luck.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Well, I agree with the one where you drop the wedding ring, because if I buy a woman a 2 or 3 carat diamond ring and she drops it down the sink of the toilet, she is going to die.
Now remember, that's an engagement ring and not a wedding ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, have a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, but still,
It's true.
Yeah.
same result.
If it's gone.
All right. Here's another one. Another good luck is to bury the bourbon. Bourbon.
Oh, bourbon.
The bourbon. Bury the bourbon.
Okay.
God, I'll say it right.
Sounds like a waste.
Yeah.
Actually, this is really not good luck for your whole marriage. This is just good luck for the wedding itself. If you want to prevent rain from ruining your wedding day, bury a bottle of bourbon.
Yeah, because then you dig it up if it rains and everything's fine.
That's right.
Bury a bottle of bourbon exactly 1 month before your nuptials, it says here.
1 month.
1 month.
Now, is 1 month 28 days? Is it 30 days? Is it the month before?
Is that 31 days?
A month is not an exact measure. I mean, it's not, Larry. I mean,
By the way, according to
Think about
Alanis
that.
Morissette, if it rains on your wedding day, it's ironic.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I poured on my mother's.
Let's see. I did them all already. Oh, that's it. Okay.
Oh.
That's it. Okay.
Oh,
You were
gosh.
seeming like you were just picking up steam.
I was. Yeah. I should have saved the Philippines for last.
Indonesia, Larry.
The Indonesia one.
Yeah, the 7.
Yeah, I mean, because my wife is talking about it's going to be 15 years in May, and she wants to renew her vows. And now I can say, well, why don't we do it in Indonesia?
There you go. You go on at 7
You think that's a good
consecutive
idea?
treks.
What was the one in Philippines? Oh, the Philippines was the one. That's right. You get stuck on Good Friday. Don't do that one.
No.
Oh yeah. So
that was in Asia. Was that in the Philippines?
Yeah.
I mean, the Philippines do some crazy things.
Yeah. So Indonesia is where you go to on the pilgrimage.
7 consecutive times.
7 consecutive pilgrimages.
That's
Years.
right.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
It doesn't say one a year though. It doesn't say one a year. You might want to do like one a day.
Yeah, you
Get it
could-
over with
You
quickly.
could do 7 days.
Why would you want to get over something like that quickly?
Go to a pilgrimage to the tomb of a prince. There you go.
Wild
I
sex.
wonder if there's a bed and breakfast located.
I bet there is. I bet everything's provided for the groom to be.
There you go.
Don't have to bring a thing.
I bet you if you went there and did that, you're like, really? You really think that custom's still around there, buddy?
You're right.
Now it's just a tourist trap.
A couple of weeks ago, we went to Silver Springs to play the music because we sometimes like to rehearse outdoors. It's more fun than in my kitchen.
Yeah.
And so, and we have the dog. So on the way, we stop at this convenience store in Silver Springs, and Robin goes in the convenience store to buy some water. Now, I stay out in the car, and a man with a shopping cart loaded with stuff walks past me. And I'm feeling really bad for him. He's, oh my goodness, this poor guy. It's going to be cold tonight, I'm thinking. This was last week or so. I feel really bad. Then a woman comes up, and she's with him too. And I'm saying, oh man, this couple, they're so bad. I said, oh man, I got to get some cash. I got to go in my ATM and get a couple dollars. I'll give it to them, you know. Then a guy in a big truck comes up, and the woman goes up to his window, and I figure, oh, he's giving them some money. Isn't that nice? Right? But she opens up the door. He removes some papers from the passenger side seat. She gets in, and he drives away. With her in the car. When Robin comes out, I said, you know what I think I just saw? I think I just saw a hooker getting picked up.
Yeah. Drive-in hooking.
So maybe, I didn't realize it, but maybe there was a burial of a prince right there.
It's Prince John.
Could be. some kind of a prince was buried there.
Because the guy with the shopping cart, he sat on the curb then, like he was
He just
waiting
waited.
for her to come.
He just waited for her to come back.
So Prince John lives in
This guy might have been getting married. No.
That's all.
All right, so there
Yeah,
you go.
that's
Well, anyway.
another state.
For those of you who've asked, and a lot of people do this, Galen, they say, well, what does Galen Unold look like? Go to the WOCA's Facebook page. There's a video. Yeah. Go to, and you'll see Galen in the video. He's on the video.
I'm there. That's me.
See him here? Looking like you need a shave really badly, by the way.
I know. I need shaving. I thought about that. But when I got home, I'm like, man, I didn't shave.
Did you think that when you saw the video?
Yeah, by then I had figured it out because my wife's like, wow, you're looking scruffy. I just hate it. I really hate shaving.
You also need a new hat, by the way.
Yeah, your hat
Well,
looks worn.
no, those are the hats we're giving out this in February. Those hats are really, really cool.
A little tattered?
So, yeah, they're really comfortable.
So you're just handing out tattered hats?
Yeah, the bill
Yeah.
is, like kind of tattered, and you can see it's
Comfortable.
worn.
It's the look we were going for.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, so
It's on purpose.
it's the 2-day shadow. Is that
Yeah.
was that a 2-day shadow or how long?
No, that was like a week.
It's better than I can do in a week. All right. All right, Rob, we need a segue from wedding superstitions to donating blood.
well, the best wedding superstitions in the world are the ones that you can laugh at. So go to Life South Community Blood Centers and talk to the staff there about wedding superstitions while you're donating blood, and just make sure that there's a lot of laughter, because once you donate 1 unit of blood, you can potentially save lives and potentially have 3 more lives of laughter in the world.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's true.
Excellent. What are you getting into a box of Cheerios right now?
I'm making my son a smoothie.
A smoothie.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to multitask.
All right.
I'm used to talking to you guys and driving. I mean, just sitting there driving me crazy.
Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today, Larry, is actually at the Walmart on Mary Camp Road. So we're out at the new one out there in the Shores.
All right. And when's the next 5 Points of Life, the one in Gainesville? When's that happening?
February 15th.
Oh, okay. So not that far off.
No.
And of course, if you can't get to the Bloodmobile, go on Silver Springs Boulevard, right next door to the Cascades. That's where Life South is. If you were in Denellen, where would you go, Robin?
Right next door to Sweet Bay.
Sweet Bay. And again, thank you guys for making that video. I always love seeing the event through different people's eyes. So thank you guys.
No, thank you. You contribute so much to us. That's the least we could do. Thank you again. Have a great day.
All right, you guys are the best. Thanks, Sean.
We'll take a little break and be right back.
Greetings, good citizens. Join me, Duke of York, and Margaret of Anjou at the 28th Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair, January 25th and 26th, and January 31st through February 2nd at the Alachua County Fairgrounds.
Join the colourful cast of characters on the streets of Hogtown, where you'll find medieval merriment for the whole family.
Cheer on royal knights as they joust for the ladies' honour, watch a living chess match, or enjoy performances by gypsy dancers and magicians.
Then wander through the marketplace, where hundreds of artisans sell their medieval wares.
Come one, come all to the Hogtown Medieval Fair.
I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
All right, let's take a look at the price of gasoline and see who's got the best deal around town. Right now, the average for a gallon of regular unleaded in Ocala is $3.37 a gallon. That's up a penny since yesterday. It's down about 8 cents since a year ago, though. Not too bad. The best price in the area was called in 1 hour ago. It's in Denellen. It's at the Marathon Station over in Denellen. They've got gas for $3.29 a gallon. And in Summerfield, 45 minutes ago, the Murphy USA station in the Walmart down there has gas for $3.29 a gallon also. And Ocala, 16 hours ago, the Pure station on Northeast 8th Avenue and Northeast 14th Street, $3.29 a gallon as well. We'll move straight forward to other news, I guess. Here we go. All right, no commercial in between. All right, we've got some other news. These are the stories that don't fit anywhere else, so we squeeze them in right here. The first one comes out of Stockholm, Sweden. An elderly Swedish man said he was surprised to read his own obituary in a newspaper.
Oh, okay.
That was printed after a misunderstanding between doctors and his family. 81-year-old Sven Svensson was feeling unwell and admitted to a hospital in southern Sweden on Christmas Eve. His sister, who is 90 years old, called the hospital to check on her brother and got the impression from a doctor that he died.
Oh.
According to my sister, she called the doctor and talked to him about me, and she misunderstood it. She thought I died. Svensson's sister then wrote up an obituary, and it was published in the local newspaper on New Year's Eve.
Boy, she was quick to do that. He must have had a lot of money. She
got some
wanted her
cash.
share. She wanted that
He's
money.
gone. All right, put it in the paper.
That's right. I want his stuff.
Next story is out of Washington, D.C. A baby giant panda cub named Bao Bao greeted visitors at the Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington on Saturday.
Oh.
The 5-month-old cub, who sleeps about 20 hours a day, was seen napping in the panda house after it opened at 8 a.m. I guess he would be napping most of the time.
Oh, gosh.
I don't have much time, do I?
How beautiful.
And then out of Rio de Janeiro, in a decidedly ironic twist, the iconic statue of Jesus overlooking Rio de Janeiro has been damaged by lightning.
Oh, no.
The massive statue is now missing the tip of a thumb, according to Reverend Osmar Raposo.
Oh.
The damage was done during a thunderstorm on Thursday, when Brazilian officials say satellite technology counted more than 40,000 lightning strikes in the region over a 3-hour period. Plans are in the works to repair Jesus' thumb next month.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's push forward to Mike Huckabee, and we'll be back with News Bites.
Monday, I'm Mike Huckabee. New York's governor wants to evict most of the population. That's next. Marcia's identity thief wasn't a stranger. It was her best friend, her roommate. She put Marcia close to $100,000 in debt, and Marcia ended up losing her home. A few years later, it almost happened again, but this time she was armed with the proactive protection of LifeLock services. She again knew the thief trying to steal her identity. It was her son's friend attempting to get a loan in Marcia's name. With LifeLock's help, Marcia was able to stop the fraudulent loan before it could damage her finances and good name. Marcia found out the hard way that no matter how careful we are, no one can stop all identity theft, and that's why I protect myself with LifeLock Ultimate. Don't think identity theft will never happen to you. Do what I did. Arm yourself with LifeLock Ultimate. Visit LifeLock.com now and enter promo code Huckabee or call and mention Huckabee for 10% off your LifeLock membership. Call 1-800-240-LOCK, 1-800-240-LOCK, 1-800-240-LOCK.
Network does not cover all transactions and scope may vary.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo blasted people who oppose his push for gun control, unfettered abortion, and gay marriage. Cuomo said those who are right to life, pro-assault weapon, anti-gay, they're extreme conservatives, and they have no place in the state of New York. Well, that's odd. I thought a lot of New Yorkers were pro-life Catholics. His own father, former Governor Mario Cuomo, supported legal abortion but claimed to be personally pro-life. Well, he'd better start packing, and so should a lot of New Yorkers. A poll last year found that 80% of them oppose unlimited abortion, but then, thanks to high-tax left-wing policies between 2000 and 2010, about 1.5 million people have already moved out of New York, taking their unapproved political views and their taxable income with them. Let's hope they found a new state that's less liberal and more tolerant. One place Governor Cuomo might want to avoid Wednesday is Washington, D.C., where a couple of 100,000 people are going to gather for the annual March for Life. And if I hadn't just told you about it, you probably would never have heard of it. They'll get at best a brief mention by the news media. They're going to be labeled as anti-abortion, though they prefer the moniker of pro-life. If they're anti-abortion, why is the opposition pro-choice and not pro-abortion? It would appear that abortion advocates believe in choice so long as the choice is to end the life of the baby. If a mother chooses to be a mother and give birth, does that make her selfish, stupid, enslaved? The claim that a pro-life position is a war on women is an insult to the millions of women who make extraordinary sacrifices for their children. To reduce women to beggars for cheap government-funded birth control is demeaning to the women I know. Those who have brains and who use them to manage everything from a business to a household. Those who push this phony war on women nonsense imply that women are helpless and hopeless, while unless the government pays for abortion and birth control, treating women as victims of their gender or nothing more than their reproductive parts is outrageous. And it's the opposite of an appropriate respect for women as equal in worth and value as men. Finally, the good news is that increasing numbers of younger women are decidedly pro-life. in part because it's consistent with solid science, and in part because they recognize that devaluing any life is hardly the means to elevate women. The timid, hand-wringing Republican consultants who are afraid to take a stand for life ought to look instead at Republican Chairman Reince Priebus, who plans to delay the RNC winter meeting so that members can participate in the March for Life. He's demonstrating that the best way to counter the phony charge of a war on women is to lead in the war for women. All women, even the ones yet to be born. And this is the Huckabee Report.
You take your 6-year-old to the playground. You watch her go down the slide, then run over to the swings. Another mother strikes up a conversation. You take your eye off your daughter for just a few seconds. You look back at the swings. And she's gone. Your heart drops into your stomach. You jump up, your eyes searching. You cry out her name.
Lily? Lily?
From the top of the slide, you hear a voice.
Mommy, watch me!
Every parent knows that feeling. Imagine if she were actually abducted. Go to wirelessamberAlerts.org. Sign up for free Amber Alerts on your cell phone. When an Amber Alert is issued in the areas you've chosen, you'll receive a free text message. If you spot the vehicle, the suspect, or the child described in the alert, call 911. Sign up today at wirelessamberAlerts.org. A child is calling for help. This message brought to you by the Wireless Foundation, the U.S. Department of Justice, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
The Huckabee Report is brought to you by Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, Ocala.
Howdy, RL here to tell you about a great deal at Dairy Queen. For only $4.49, you can warm up to a hot, juicy combo of either a foot-long, quarter-pound all-beef chili dog or a tasty, home-style cheeseburger. Smoking hot off the char grill. Both get fries and a drink. You can add a sundae for only 99 cents. Now that's a doggone good deal at Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
Alice?
George?
Yes, Alice?
Christmas is over. Time to get all the decorations down.
Yes, I know.
So you're going to stuff them in the garage and attic again in our way?
No.
No?
Yes. No.
No?
Yes.
George, what are you up to?
I'm storing all the stuff in Devon Self-Storage across from Hobby Lobby.
Better call them at 873-0777 and get extra boxes.
Gee, Alice, what would I do without you and Devon Self-Storage?
I know, George, I know.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 23 minutes before 9 o'clock this cool but beautiful Monday morning. I hope you're doing well. This is the segment of AM Ocala Live when Robin and I read the news to you, abbreviated style. We take the news and we shrink it. We get to the point, cut to the chase, and give you a chance to listen to as many stories as possible in a short period of time. These 23 minutes will be filled with anywhere between 20 and 25 stories, typically. And we do this so we can put news back in News Talk, and you can get on with your day without spending all day paying attention to the news. And remember, if you're an advertiser or a business and you would like to advertise on WOCA, give us a call at 732-8000. Speak to our sales executives. They'll tell you how it's done and how we can work with you to help you get business through your door. If you prefer to sit across the desk in person, come to the studios. We would love to show off our new beautiful studios. We're located in the Paddock Mall, just outside of the food court. All right, the first story is from ABC News. Kenneth Bay, the American missionary who has been jailed in North Korea for a while, appealed to U.S. authorities to do more to secure his release, adding that he hopes to be a connecting bridge for the friendship between North Korea and the Western world. Bay made the comments at what he called a press conference held at his own request. He was under guard during the appearance. It's not unusual for prisoners in North Korea to say after their release that they spoke in similar situations under duress, wearing a gray cap and inmate's uniform with the number 103 on his chest. Bay spoke in Korean during the brief appearance, which was attended by the Associated Press and a few other foreign media in Pyongyang. He said, quote, "I believe that my problem can be solved by close cooperation and agreement between the American government and the government of this country," unquote. Bay also made a point to tell the reporters that he is not detained in Pyongyang without a reason, and indeed he had committed a serious crime. He went on to say, quote, "Not only did the government not abuse my human rights, but rather provided numerous humanitarian support." He said that according to the Xinhua news agency, which is a Chinese-run news agency. Bay said he is in good health and has been in the hospital for the last 5 months receiving treatment on humanitarian basis. So, again, you take that all with a grain of salt because you don't know. We just don't know what's going on with him.
No. Members of both the House and Senate Intelligence Committees say they are extremely concerned about security surrounding next month's Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia. Senator Angus King, an independent in Maine, a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee, said he would not go to the games himself. And here's his quote, "And I do not think I would send my family." He told this to CNN's State of the Union. Russia has created a large security zone around the games, brought in thousands of extra police and troops that will provide security, and is spending billions of dollars to try and keep the games safe. But a pair of December bombings in the city of Volgograd that killed more than 30 people have raised concerns about attacks on the games. This is another quote from King. "It's a very serious fear because the Olympics are being held in an area where there's a history of terrorist activity, where there's been a lot of tension between Islamists in that area and the government of Russia." This is a story from CNN, and just my 2 cents. The United States a few years ago forbid the U.S. athletes to go to the games, and such a disappointment to the athletes because they trained so hard. So I hope the U.S. government doesn't step in and forbid them to be there.
They won't, not this time. All right, next story from the Associated Press. Jailers were keeping an 88-year-old man on a suicide watch after he was arrested for allegedly opening fire at a Carson City hospital and critically wounding his wife. According to authorities, William Dresser was arrested yesterday after firing one shot with a small caliber semi-automatic handgun that struck his wife in the chest at Carson Tahoe Regional Medical Center. Carson City Sheriff Ken Forlong said no other injuries were reported. The woman was a patient in the third-floor room when she was shot around 11:30 a.m. yesterday. The woman's injuries are considered life-threatening, and she was transferred to Renown Regional Medical Center in Reno, according to the report. Her name and age were not immediately released. Dresser was booked into the Carson City jail on suspicion of attempted murder and was on suicide watch, according to the sheriff. His bail has been set at $225,000. 88-year-old man shooting his wife at a hospital.
A lawsuit has been filed in Orlando federal court that claims Florida's 5th congressional district violates the 14th Amendment. U.S. Representative Corinne Brown holds the seat in Florida's 5th congressional district and has served the district since being elected to Congress in 1992. Florida's 5th congressional district stretches through 8 counties from Duval to Orange in oddly shaped fashion, and the lawsuit claims the district is gerrymandered and violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. According to the suit, the district has an unjustifiable concentration of African American voters and fails to use city, county, or geographical boundaries. Some plaintiffs say that they joined the suit because they believe that the district needs to be more competitive. But critics say that they are upset at the effort they believe would break up their ability to have the person who best represents them. Orlando media outlets report that Brown says that she is disappointed by the lawsuit. The federal trial is set to start May 19th in Orlando, reported by the Florida News Network.
And this is from Fox News. A woman diagnosed with breast cancer whose life-saving surgery has been postponed after she lost her doctors under Obamacare, made a heartfelt plea yesterday to President Obama to amend the Affordable Care Act. In an exclusive appearance on Fox and Friends, Josie Gracchi, who has been diagnosed with ductal invasive carcinoma, looked into the camera and addressed President Obama saying, quote, "I would like my health care taken care of. I was insured. I think anyone who is going through a serious illness should have immediate responses. I shouldn't have to wait months, weeks, even be considered for surgery that I should have had weeks ago," unquote. Gracchi was forced to postpone her January 3rd biopsy and follow-up treatment at New York's Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, the largest private cancer center in the world, when her insurance rolled over into a new plan that was part of an exchange under the Affordable Care Act.
Oh, what a shame. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie met with big money donors and helped other candidates, like Florida Governor Rick Scott, raise money for their campaigns over the weekend in Orlando, West Palm Beach, and Fort Lauderdale. Christie leads the Republican Governors Association. The fundraisers marked his first out-of-state trip since the news of Bridgegate broke. Protesters greeted Christie at a private fundraiser in Orlando Saturday, along with speakers from the Democratic National Committee. Christie is also seen as one of the top contenders for the Republican presidential nomination in 2016. Florida political experts say that this trip was supposed to be a victory tour for him, building up for a presidential campaign, but the scandal over the bridge has detracted from his luster. Christie's visit may be seen as a political headache for Governor Scott's re-election team, and may become an opportunity for Democrats. Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the chairwoman of the Democratic National Committee, tailed Christie around the state, attacking both his and Governor Scott's records, reported by Florida News Network.
And this from the ABC News Network. Get ready to bundle up again. A polar chill is expected to settle over the northern United States in 3 waves during the next week, with temperatures expected to dip into the single digits in some areas, along with heavy snowfall. The cold spell coincides with a winter storm across the Northeast, bringing blizzard-like conditions to New Jersey, New York, Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. Forecasters expect the first cold wave to emerge today into tomorrow. Another cold spell should strike Thursday into Friday, and the third wave is expected for Sunday, January 26th. During the cold spells, highs are forecast to drop into the single digits or near zero for the upper Midwest, with high temperatures in the single digits and teens for the Ohio Valley. Overnight lows should drop well below zero across parts of the Midwest. In the Northeast, expect high temperatures in the teens and 20s for major cities from Washington, D.C. to Boston, with temperatures dipping to single digits and teens in the inland areas. Here in Central Florida, by the way, temperatures this week expected overnight lows in the mid-30s.
For 6 months, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry has proven largely successful in at least one task. He and his State Department have managed to keep the details of negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians largely under wraps. Private talks have shied away from no single issue, we are told. All historic barriers in a two-state solution have been broached by Israeli and Palestinian leadership. No details have been confirmed by the United States, but theoretically, that should mean Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has been challenged to recognize Israel as the Jewish homeland, and that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been pushed on the states of Jerusalem, the city he swore never to divide, reported by the Jerusalem Post.
And this story from the Bloomberg news agency. President Barack Obama said that racial tensions may have softened his popularity among white voters within the last 2 years, according to a story posted on the New Yorker magazine's website. Here's a quote. "There's no doubt that there's some folks who just really dislike me because they don't like the idea of a black president." That's a quote from President Obama in the article by David Remnick, appearing in the magazine's January 27th edition. The quote goes on to say, "Now, the flip side of it is there are some black folks and maybe some white folks who really like me and give me the benefit of the doubt precisely because I am a black president," unquote. Obama said in his most direct comments on how race has affected his political standing since since he's been in office. Obama's second term has been marked by controversies, including a partial government shutdown in October, revelations that the National Security Agency had gathered personal mobile phone data, and a troubled rollout of the health insurance expansion.
Silicon Valley has launched a last-ditch attempt to derail plans devised by the G20 group of countries to close down international loopholes that are exploited by the likes of Google, Amazon, and Apple to pay less tax in the UK and elsewhere. The Digital Economy Group, a lobbying group dominated by the leading U.S. digital firms, has written to the OECD, the Paris-based think tank tasked by G20 leaders with drawing up reforms, saying that it is not true that communication advances have allowed multinational groups to game national tax systems. Suggesting that any leakage of tax revenues flowing from the complex corporate structures of digital groups is merely coincidental, the Digital Economy Group says enterprises that employ digital communications models do not organize their business operations differently as a legal or tax matter, reported by The Guardian.
The next story is from Newsday. The Mexican government said yesterday it strongly objects the execution scheduled this week in Texas of a Mexican man convicted of killing a police officer. The Foreign Relations Department said in a statement that executing Edgar Tamayo would be yet another U.S. violation of an international treaty involving such cases. Tamayo is set for lethal injection Wednesday for the 1994 fatal shooting of a police officer who had arrested him for a robbery. Mexico has been asking the United States to halt Tamayo's execution because the inmate was not told he could get legal help from the Mexican government as agreed under the 1963 Vienna Convention on Consular Relations.
The U.S. Department of Labor has given state leaders the green light to pay any jobless claims that have been held up for more than 7 days. Federal officials arrived on Friday to help the state with the troubled new unemployment website after Florida's Department of Economic Opportunity reached out for help to fix the flawed system. Roughly 200,000 Floridians receive weekly unemployment benefits, but the number of people whose unemployment claims are getting help has gone up dramatically since the state installed the new $63 million system. The man in charge of the Department of Economic Opportunity says that it's not their fault that the state's new unemployment website is messing up. Jesse Panuccio told a legislative committee the blame goes to the private vendor, and he says they've hired hundreds of temps to catch up on the backlog. This is a quote: "Between launch October the 15th and December the 23rd, we added about 200 more staff." He also added that they intended to continue adding staff to deal with the backlog. Critics say thousands of people have been denied benefits because they cannot navigate the site or get a straight answer online, and the online system is the only way to apply, reported by the Florida News Network.
This next story is from the Washington Times. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said that extreme conservatives who oppose abortion and support gun rights have no place in his state. The Democrats cited a schism within the Republican Party as a reason for political gridlock in New York. He said, quote, "It's more about extreme Republicans versus moderate Republicans." He made that statement in a radio interview on Friday. The show was called The National Review Online. You're seeing that play out in New York. The Republican Party candidates are running against the SAFE Act. It was voted for by moderate Republicans who run the Senate. Their problem is not me and the Democrats. Their problem is themselves. Who are they, he asks. Are these extreme conservatives who are right to life, pro-assault weapon, and anti-gay? And, of course, that was from the Washington Times. And there's a lot of people in New York who would, I'm sure, differ with that. You know, what do you mean we don't have a right to be here?
Yeah. Hedge funds raised bullish gold wagers to the highest in 8 weeks as signs of stronger Chinese demand drove prices to the longest rally since August. Goldman Sachs Group says the gains will be short-lived. The net long position in gold climbed 7.6% to 43,277 futures and options in the week that ended January the 14th. U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission is showing this in their data. Long wagers rose 4.7%, outpacing the 2.9% gain in short bets. Net bullish holdings across 18 U.S. traded commodities advanced 2.6%, led by cattle, silver, and soybeans, reported by Bloomberg.
This is from the Associated Press. A Greek man serving 6 life sentences for participating in a left-wing terrorist organization and who vanished during a week-long furlough from prison earlier this month has purportedly posted a statement on an internet site vowing a return to armed action. Christodoulos Zeros prompted a nationwide manhunt after absconding during a furlough. After New Year's, he was convicted in 2003, along with 2 of his brothers, of belonging to the November 17th group and had served 10 years for involvement in a series of shootings and bombings. An internet statement posted this morning and purportedly written by him on January 14th rails against the Greek financial crisis. The posting includes an apparently recent photo and a video of Zeros making the statement.
The man who appeared before Congress last week to explain the security pitfalls of healthcare.gov took to Fox News yesterday to explain just how easy it was to penetrate the website. Hacking expert David Kennedy told Fox's Chris Wallace that gaining access to 70,000 personal records of Obamacare enrollees via healthcare.gov took about 4 minutes and required nothing more than a standard browser. And 70,000 was just one of the numbers that I was able to go up to, and I stopped after that, he said. This is a continuation of his quote. You know, I'm sure it's hundreds of thousands, if not more, and it was done within about a 4-minute time frame. So it's just wide open, reported by the Washington Times.
And this from the Associated Press. An assault by suicide bombers and gunmen against a NATO base in southern Afghanistan this morning killed 1 service member, according to a report from the coalition. All 9 insurgents were killed during the attack on a coalition base in southern Kandahar's Zari district, according to an Afghan official and NATO. The group wore coalition uniforms and 2 civilian bystanders also died, according to the report. The Taliban have intensified a campaign against Afghan and international forces as foreign troops withdraw this year. The U.S.-led International Security Assistance Force said in a statement that the attack was carried out by a suicide car bomber and insurgents with automatic rifles who were also wearing suicide vests with explosives. Again, that was this morning. Apparently, a NATO agent has died.
British people fighting in Syria are being trained as jihadists and then encouraged to return to the UK to launch attacks on home soil, an al-Qaeda defector has told The Telegraph. In a rare interview on Turkey's border with Syria, the defector from the Islamic State of Iraq and al-Sham said that recruits from Britain, Europe, and the US were being indoctrinated in extremist anti-Western ideology, trained in how to make and detonate car bombs and suicide vests, and sent home to start new terror cells. He has provided the first confirmation from Syrian rebels that young British men are being indoctrinated in extremist anti-Western ideology, reported by The Telegraph.
And the next story from the Associated Press, the U.S. Coast Guard says 24 crew members have been rescued from a sinking cargo ship that lost power in the western Pacific Ocean. The Coast Guard says it received word yesterday morning that a vessel hauling logs to China was in trouble about 450 miles west of Guam. By yesterday afternoon, the Chinese crew of the Panama-flagged Rich Forest had abandoned the 500-foot ship and boarded life rafts. About 3 hours later, a bulk cargo vessel called the CS Sunshine reached the crew and safely rescued all of them. The abandoned ship is now adrift. The Coast Guard is warning nearby ships of the navigation hazard.
The head of the U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee objected yesterday to President Barack Obama's proposal for the government to give up control of the storage of the telephone records of millions of Americans that it holds as part of its counterterrorism efforts. Obama on Friday announced an overhaul of U.S. surveillance activities following criticism sparked by the disclosure of leaked documents exposing the wide reach of National Security Agency spy efforts. Obama proposed an overhaul of the government's handling of bulk telephone metadata, lists of millions of phone calls made by Americans that show which numbers were called and when. Obama said the government will not hold the bulk telephone records. A presidential advisory panel had recommended that the data be controlled by a third party, such as telephone companies, but Obama did not propose who should store the phone information in the future, reported by Reuters.
And from the Associated Press, a Japanese government spokesman defended an annual dolphin hunt this morning after U.S. Ambassador Caroline Kennedy tweeted that she was deeply concerned by the inhumanity of the practice. Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshide Suga told a news conference that dolphin fishing in Japan is carried out appropriately in accordance with the law. Dolphin fishing is a form of traditional fishing in our country, he said, responding to a question about Kennedy's criticism. We will explain Japan's position to the American side, unquote. Kennedy tweeted on Saturday that she was deeply concerned by inhumaneness of the drive hunt dolphin killing practices of Japan. She added that the U.S. government opposes such fishing. Drive hunt refers to the practice of herding the dolphins into a cove where they are trapped and later killed. The hunt in the fishing village of Taji in western Japan has come under international criticism and was the subject of the Academy Award-winning film from 2009 titled The Cove.
Universal Orlando Resorts is announcing events associated with the anticipated expansion of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. The new elements of the attraction are set to open this summer, but Universal is not waiting till then to start tantalizing the fans with new information. The 3-day event starts the 24th of this month. A webcast is set for Thursday, and that will be the springboard for a long weekend of events with the current attraction at the centerpiece. Universal says fans will be able to enjoy the event dubbed the Celebration of Harry Potter, a special event hosted by Universal Orlando Resort and Warner Brothers Entertainment that will celebrate all of Harry's adventures from the books to the feature films. Stars from the Harry Potter films will be in attendance, including James and Oliver Phelps, who played Fred and George Weasley. Also in attendance will be Ivana Lynch, the actress who played the somewhat flighty character Luna Lovegold. Universal officials said they expected to announce additional talent as well, reported by the Florida News Network.
All right, that's all the time we have for News Bites. Remember, we do this each weekday morning from about 8:35 or so till 9 o'clock. We get between 20 and 25 stories in that segment, and the opportunity to advertise is out there. If you want to advertise on this or any show on WOCA's broadcast day, remember, we are on the air 24 hours a day. Let us help you get business to your door by advertising here on WOCA. Give us a call, 732-8000, if you'd like to know more, or come by the studios at the Paddock Mall just outside of the food court. Robert, how many stories did we get today?
23.
23, not too bad. All right, we'll take a little break and be right back.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
ABC News Now. I'm Karen Chase. Cold weather is coming back. Arctic temps are edging toward the U.S., striking first in the upper Midwest and later sweeping east and south across much of the rest of the country later this week. Terrorists are promising to make trouble at the upcoming Sochi Olympics, saying they have a surprise package ready for visitors. Russian President Vladimir Putin says they'll never get past heavy security. Those much-maligned college rankings rolled out each year by the Princeton Review and U.S. News & World Report have a significant impact on applications and academic competitiveness. Researchers say lower reviews lead to lower application numbers and weakened recruitment ability. The Super Bowl dance card is full. It'll be the Broncos versus the Seahawks. The Patriots and 49ers lost their games and their chances in the championship matchups yesterday. French President François Hollande still won't say whether his partner is still the First Lady of France. She was released from a hospital over the weekend and tweeted thanks to her supporters. She checked in after reports surfaced that Hollande was having an affair with a movie star. This is ABC News.
How do you know the used car you're getting is good? One you can really trust? Well, start with KBB.com's most trusted car brand, backed by an extensive limited warranty, and you've got yourself a certified pre-owned Honda. So get going while the getting is good. Find the one that's right for you at HondaCertified.com. See your Honda dealer for limited warranty details. Based on 2013 Brand Image Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for information.
Watch what happens when I need something for business. Say my laptop just died. Office Max has laptops, tablets, and printers that are perfect for you.
How'd she know? And why is this report in black and white?
Office Max has most major brands of ink and toner at the lowest prices guaranteed.
Okay, I'll go. Right after I clean up these files.
Office Max has cloud storage, so you can be productive on the road.
Isn't she amazing?
If you need it for your business, you'll find it at Office Max, all at great prices. Restrictions apply. See storeofficemax.com for details.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida. Today will turn out mostly sunny, high 68 to 72, then partly cloudy tonight, low 47 to 51. For tomorrow, more clouds and sun and becoming breezy in the afternoon with a passing shower, the high 72 to 76. For Wednesday, mostly sunny but breezy and much cooler, the high 49 to 53. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
That is one sound no one likes to hear, but if it happens, know that it will be reported in seconds to the right authorities. AA Lock, Dock, and Security is your company for your home and your business. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, where you can get that extra key made or have your lock rekeyed. Questions to protect your home and business, call 352-867-1965. Or stop by AA Lock, Dock, and Security at their new location, 219 Northwest 10th Street here in Ocala. Remember, be proactive, not reacting after it happens. Call 352-867-1965. 352-867-1965.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Did you know when it comes to getting a job today, a tweet has become the new resume? For most hiring managers, Twitter is key to interaction. Body language communicates emotions much more effectively than facial expressions. Tilt your head if you want to show you're interested, or lean forward if you're sitting, and don't cross your arms. If you have a job interview coming up, then wear a suit, even if you're interviewing for a job at McDonald's.